Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com. You can find the link to the website in the description below. Sometimes the outlook for crude oil is strong, sometimes it's not. It all depends on where we are in the economic cycle, supply and demand metrics, and even black swan events. Despite all the talk of renewable green energy, the fact is the world will need a growing supply of crude oil for decades to come. Regardless of where crude oil prices are, dependency bodes well for oil and gas exploration companies like Evolution Petroleum Corporation, traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol EPM. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mel. Yeah. With a market cap of just $185 million, Evolution Petroleum is on the smaller side, but it's working at getting a lot bigger. The Houston, Texas-based company is engaged in the development, production, ownership of onshore oil and natural gas properties here in the U.S. The company holds interests in a CO2-enhanced oil recovery project in Louisiana's Delhi field. Now, it's Delhi Holt-Bryant Unit covers an area of approximately 13,636 acres located in Northeast Louisiana. It's actually been growing its assets through a number of strategic acquisitions, though, over the last number of years. This includes Hamilton Dome in Wyoming, which was acquired in November 2019. The Barrett Shale in Texas closed in May 2021. The Wilson Basin in North Dakota closed in January 2022. And most recently, it actually entered into an agreement to acquire the Chaveroo oil field in New Mexico in September 2023. And this past February, it closed on its $43.5 million acquisition of the oil and natural gas assets in the Scoop and Stack plays in central Oklahoma. Now, the properties combined produce approximately 1,550 barrels of oil equivalent per day. And these two acquisitions equal the largest transaction in Evolution's history, boosts its reserve life, I think, to more than 15 plus years.
This company reported its highest ever oil production.
Yeah, for the third quarter of fiscal 2024, ended March 31st, 2024, Evolution Petroleum announced that revenues increased 10% quarter over quarter to $23.02 million. The company reported net income of $300,000 or 1 cent per share and adjusted net income of $1 million or 3 cents per share. Now, as you were saying, total production for the third quarter increased 14% quarter over quarter to 7,209 barrels of oil equivalent per day. Now, had the Scoop Stack acquisition closed at the beginning of the third quarter, the average production would have increased by something like 835 barrels of oil equivalent per day to over 8,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. And now, during the quarter, Evolution Petroleum achieved its highest ever company oil production of roughly 2,200 barrels of oil per day. It also produced like close to 3,900 barrels of oil of natural gas and around 1,140 barrels of oil equivalent per day of natural gas liquids.
And here's something income investors will like. It announced its 42nd consecutive quarterly dividend payout.
Yeah, returning capital to shareholders is an important pillar of Evolution's business plan, where many oil and gas companies suspended their quarterly dividends during the 2020 health crisis. For Evolution Petroleum, it was business as usual. In fact, June will mark the 43rd consecutive quarter of dividend payouts and 8th consecutive quarter at the 12-cent rate when it gets paid out on June 28th. This works out to an annual distribution of 48 cents per share for a forward yield of 8.6%.
EPM stock has a strong double-digit upside.
Well, yeah, despite reporting strong revenue growth, its highest ever company oil production, and closing on strategic acquisitions, EPM stock hasn't exactly been lighting up Wall Street. On the plus side, EPM stock is, as of this recording, up around 8% over the last 5 days alone, and 0.5% year to date. On the other hand, EPM stock is down 25% year over year, but the outlook for EPM stock remains pretty solid. Crude oil may be trading at $77.50 per barrel, but Goldman Sachs expects crude prices to hit $86 per barrel this summer. Now, currently trading at $5.72 per share. Wall Street analysts have provided a 12-month share price target for Evolution Petroleum of $8.25 per share.
John, thank you so much for your insight. Just to recap, Evolution Petroleum is an oil and gas exploration and production company with a growing portfolio of properties in some of the most prolific onshore fields in the U.S. It has strong balance sheet, an active acquisition strategy, and is home to one of the lower risk investment vehicles in energy industry. Its own working interest and royalty interests that provide a proportionate share of net cash flows received from operator of the assets. Acquisition and substantial inventory of drilling locations should also allow Evolution Petroleum to generate reliable cash flow and provide shareholders with sustainable dividend and opportunistic share buybacks for years to come. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned, and in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.